Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to the second part of the Hardspace Shipbreaker miniseries. Alright, flush. And cut. Alright, there's all four nacelles.
Tether supplies running low.
Next up, it wants me to get electrical. So that's pretty straightforward. If you go to your scan for objects, it'll tell you what's electrical. So these door consoles are mechanical, but I also need one more mechanical to fulfill the work order. Done. Let's get these. Oh, I gotta rotate this thing. Hang on. If you grab it, oh, it's not rotating. Come on, it's supposed to rotate. Get out. Get out. Get out. Rotate, you stupid hard case. All right. Well, what's electrical here? Let's get some of this debris out of my way. This here, the
Hey Coder, I need you to head back to the kiosk
is electrical.
platform to fill up your O2. Stat. We wrap.
All right, saying that I'm almost out of O2. Was there O2
Salvage deposit accepted.
in? Yep, there's O2 right here.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
All right, a lot of electrical is the consoles in the in the cockpit here, but you got to be delicate with them. If you bump them and jostle them, you won't get credit. They'll just become debris. And then on top of that, they could shock you and kill you if you're really unsafe. Right, so now I'm done with electrical and mechanical, and the rest is just good old nanocarbon and metal, which is going to be... Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. I thought I burned myself there. Which is just the side panels and whatnot. Which is going to be pretty easy. So, let me try to take this in one piece. Because if I attached a tether to the outside shelling would just rip off, which is not what I want. Alright, so the nanocarbon's going to be pretty easy because I'm just pulling huge chunks off. And then let's get metal from these side girders. Come on, let me grab it. There we go.
Processing valuable objects.
I guess I could have kept that one piece.
No tethers remaining.
Alright, I'm out of tethers. Let's go re-up my tethers. How are you, Evil Mustard Seed, on this fine Sunday? What? Uh-oh. Coming in hot. Alright, so I only need a little bit more metal.
Welcome to Vintage 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
This should be pretty easy. So other metal that I could find pretty easily is the girders on the other side. These girders. So if I cut this section off, I can throw that... Oh, actually that section's going to be really annoying because that's where the airlock is. As you can see, this airlock forms a bond that you have to cut free. That should be enough cuts, I hope. Let's see if it was. Nope. It was not. Well, alternatively, I could just take the girder out, the guards, and pull that as one piece.
You got 5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you.
I'm working on the work order, dude. Don't pressure me.
Valuable object ocean.
Alright, so I'm 300-ish kilograms away from being done. Let's get this front girder. Pull it clear. And melt it down. I didn't cut that clean off, did I? Where is it attached? It's attached there. Oh, actually, I just tethered it wrong. Come on. What? Oh, it's going all wonky sideways. Oh, because it's one big piece. Yeah, that's my fault. Actually, it might be easier just to pull the whole ship forward and bring it clear.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
There we go.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
I have plenty of fuel. Let's cut the front. That should be enough metal for the last work order. Now, this was a 3-day job that I'm trying to do in 1 day, which is why I haven't done the whole buffalo, as they say. Actually, let me cancel those tethers. That was not a good tether. It's way closer over there. Rip and pull!
Warning. Tethers depleted.
Alright, I probably won't re-up my tethers again. Uh-oh. Yeah, there was a good example of knocking it into something. I threw it at the nacelle and nearly ruptured the tank. You gotta be careful how you aim when you're throwing things into the barge. Otherwise, you could run into a situation where you're,
Count credit applied.
you know, Actually, let's go for the whole buffalo. Let me re-up my fuel, re-up my tethers. I have 2 minutes left. We can do it.
Statistically profitable levels.
Drinking game when I say the whole buffalo? Alright, who wants to get real messed up? Because I can say that a lot. Alright, so I completed all of the metals that I have, but I wanted to just eat this whole ship here. So I just bought a whole bunch of new tethers. Let me just drag this whole thing in like crazy.
Caution. Tether supplies running low.
Oh, you don't say tether supplies running low. Pour the gerst.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
All that's going to be left is like one little med kit that I left for myself. Don't smash! Don't smash! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Carter,
No!
we're getting down to the wire.
What?
On this shift.
That was close. Too close. That's because I didn't use my grapple hands to attach myself to something while trying to shove.
Warning.
That I could have
No
done.
tethers remaining.
Come on, go. Go, you stupid fat ship. I'm out of tethers, so all I could do is push. Come on, hold. Hold. Wait, I can't hold onto that? Alright, fine. I might. This thing is definitely not going to be processed in the last 20 seconds. An attempt was made. Tarzan! Whatever, the work order's done. Crunch. And, let's see. 2.3 mil. Yeah, I didn't get a ton more money than I normally would for all the extra stuff that I did, the electrical and the mechanical. But, the work order review is done, and that unlocks more technology points, which unlocks better tools, which allows me to do my work faster. So, let's see. Equipment. None of it was too damaged. Let's see. What do I want? Modular cutter cooldown would be pretty good, but what else would be better? Better brakes would be awesome. And that's all that I have for. So let me try to whip out some, what are my certifications? one more reactor, and a bunch more work orders. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than the harder... Well, yeah, let's do the harder ships. The Queen of Thor. Let's do the Queen of Thor. And I'll just try to knock these out ASAP. So my work order, let's go for... Let's work our way down the price point. So reactors are going to be the most price beneficial. And then power cell, electrical, mechanical. And rather than do, here's the drink, the whole buffalo, we'll just speed through the bare minimum for work orders.
Pressure levels dropping.
So I can get better tools.
Airlock pressure levels
Abierto.
increasing.
Alright, so we got some fuel.
Air pressure level decreasing.
We got just fuel. I think I'm going to need to buy my oxygen. Which is fine. A bunch of these stupid hard crates that are in the way. Now, if you can line up the line so it cuts multiple things at once, is definitely a little bit more efficient. So there's the reactor. Now the reactors get a lot more complex later on. I know I'm making it look super easy, because it is. But they do get a lot more complicated with electrical coolant systems and thruster systems and fuel systems. I'm just still in the baby stages, which is why I'm trying to rank up ASAP. So let's get the nacelles for our mechanical, because they are big bang for your buck. Salvage.
Account credit applied.
Because right now, looking at my certifications, really it's the credit gain that's going to be my bottleneck. Yeah, chasing tech and certs way better than money, but when money is the certification. I guess what I should have checked here is if the power cell was in their walls that I just cut open, but they aren't usually included there. Just knowing the basic layouts of ships. There's not usually power cells too close to the reactor. Whoa! And the game fataled. I'm just too good. Huh, that's my first fatal in a long, long time. The patch that they released 3 days ago cleaned up a lot of the fatals that I tended to run into, but there's still some left. And every time I fatal, I'll give you a little Yoda. A little Yoda. Buddy, you want a kiss? Yeah, you're a buddy. I like how it's like, this might give you seizures. Cool. It's worth it. What if I give you more Yoda? More free Yoda. He's a good boy. Hi, everybody. Hello. No concept that he's the mascot. Now, if I don't get far enough to the high level ships in time, what I could do is load up my other profile. That's a lot further. Will there be EFT today? Yeah, tonight probably. Alright, let's go with the hard one. Now, the difficulty is just how many work orders they give. So as you can see here, I have a ton of work orders for fuel, coolant, furniture, stuff like that. So it's not that the ship is any harder, it's that the work order has more stuff on it, which is a potential for more technology points at the end of it. Alright, so the airlock's on the right.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Come on, don't crash. I'm going to speed through this
pressure
one.
levels dropping.
The soundtrack is, I think, very Firefly influenced.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
You know, you got the Western twang. Ooh, a lot of repair kits on this.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Let me get those. What else do we have? So we've got no oxygen, no fuel. Oh, so this is a computer terminal for the thruster controls. So this ship has... The thrusters will also go critical like the reactor if I don't thruster flush. And it's going to be a matter of time. So you can still choose not to vent your thrusters, but they just might get spicy hot. Because then you have this manual override that can create fires. And then here, as you can see, the reactor is plugged in and has gone nuclear because I didn't do it in the proper order. I basically didn't flush. Let me do that properly, because there is a chance for that to have happened. Yeah, I'll just live with the consequences. Come on, I'm over here. Why am I still on fire? And that's usually when you would use your key. But I think I still probably had a key from, oh, there's not a hard one. I just killed myself, and they're like, you need it easier. It's like, no. I don't need it easier. I like it hard. Oh, well. Yeah, now my work order's a little bit more simple. It thinks I'm a simpleton. As I explained that I should use the terminal to flush. Love it. Alright, airlock is right side.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Airlock
Did I just blow up? I certainly did. I nuked myself.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
So we've got fuel here. Oh, there's a key. Right there, utility key. Although this ship does not have a thruster console. Whee!
Air pressure level decreasing.
Don't throw me into the barge.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I love depressurizing like that. It's usually not fatal, and it doesn't do too much damage to the ship, but it is fun to get thrown about. And it's not too bad on the wallet, either. Alright, come on, thruster. Out. It's still tied in to the systems. Okay, so then we'll do reactor. Center of mass, straight down. Yoink! Alright, let's separate the thruster from the ship so I can actually pull it now.
Account credit applied.
Uh-oh. I pulled that out fast. Now, if it slammed into the back of the berth here, it would have been damaged.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Which is not bueno.
Air pressure level decreasing.
So all of the pressurized systems that I never vented out are just complaining that I'm blowing them out.
Deposit accepted.
But I just wanted to show, rather than to show like the perfect salvage of a ship every time, I want to show like different stages of completion, I guess. If you want to see me just do perfect ships over and over and over, I could do that, or at least try. But I wanted to show like what if you'd never depressurized it properly, and this would be the result. It would be, you know, every time you open a new ship section, it kind of depressurizes violently. It's not going to be fatal. It's just kind of an additional difficulty. All right, so here's the power cell that I'm going to need. So let's be careful with it. hate when the airlocks won't separate. Just go already. You're not wanted. That will be pretty good nanocarbon.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Let's see if that side panel will come off. The airlock side panel that I think I might have cut.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
No, doesn't look like I cut it proper. There's still something holding on. Oh, hello, piece. Into the salvage you go. Alright, let's get the power cell. I was hoping to do it more easily by just, like, ripping it off the side. We also still need to get... Uh-oh. I damaged the hell out of that. I need to get mechanical.
Salvage secured.
Which is easiest to just get the door controls and stuff like that. Character's complaining about oxygen. Wasn't there an oxygen tank here? I thought. Let's go to object view. No, maybe I destroyed it. Alright, so the power cell is behind this hard crate.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, that one is done. Now the...
Credits deposited.
Oh, hello. My oxygen level's bad, so let me go re-up on that so I don't suffocate. I'll try not to demonstrate 99 ways to die.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your
I'll even top up my tethers. Tethers are pretty cheap. Alright, so I need 2 more mechanical. That should be pretty easy. You can also use your hands to brace yourself when you're, you know, potentially about to collide into something. Now, the cutter tool won't go through nanocarbon, which is the hull until you get the last level of upgrade, so you can't just, like, cut your way into a ship. Come on, peel. I did it right. It doesn't have a perfect line of sight. It's complaining. What, did I not cut right? Baloney. It's complaining that I cut too close to the ship. Tis fine.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Let's work on the top work orders. The mechanical and electrical, because there's a limited number of mechanical and electrical things that you can process. And you could definitely run out if you damage them all, as I sort of have been doing. So this will satisfy the mechanical. And then for electrical, there should be computers in the cockpit. That I can harvest, like this one. And then the rest is nanocarbon, which is just the walls.
Account credit
No.
applied.
So we just have nanocarbon left. Let me... The roof, probably the easier than the walls, because the walls have the side compartments. And let's separate the entire cockpit as well.
Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Now it's going to complain that some of the objects I'm trying to recycle aren't valid. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't think the whole cockpit is actually free. So let me do some more cutting. Oh no, maybe it is. It's just moving slow because it's got a lot of mass. Yeah.
Caution.
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. We've wrapped.
There it goes. This might be enough nanocarbon, but in case it isn't, I will buy some new tethers and keep working.
No tethers remaining.
Yeah, in Kerbal you're building. Well, I don't know. In Kerbal you're also destroying too. I certainly blow up a lot of things in Kerbal. Alright, I'll re-up my O2 and my tethers.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Now, the purpose of, like, cutting sections off, yes, hypothetically, if you had enough tethers and time, you could drag, like, the whole dang ship in and salvage it that way. It's just would require powerful tethers that you only unlock later on, but later on you're going to be working on even bigger ships that won't work on, so you're going to constantly be, like,
Object
price point
accepted for processing. Credit deposited.
and technology prohibited on doing, like, big batch stuff. Oops. Nope. Yep. Yes. No. Don't rip the panel off. Alright, roll out.
Deposit not accepted.
Alright, so the work order is officially complete. But because the certification that I have is just for money, I might as well try to salvage as much money as I can. What's glued here? Structural.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yeah, I should separate. Let's see, in the remaining 3 minutes, can I, like, grab everything else? Probably not. I don't have enough tethers in time. Well, that's the dream.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
The dream of the whole buffalo. Dream.
Credits awarded.
We'll try. I'll even buy more tethers.
Warning. Tethers depleted. Warning. No tethers remaining.
It's funny you mentioned doing this in PvP. I can actually imagine it more in cooperative, where you're trying to, like, do some giant ship time trial style. Or something like that. It'd be really cool. Oops, that was a terrible tether.
Object not accepted.
Now it's going to reject a lot of what I just shoved in it because it was, like, structural.
Valuable object. Credits
But I'm going to make more money salvaging the little nanocarbon that was left on that hull than salvaging the titanium and aluminum.
Caution. Tether supplies running low. Warning. Tethers depleted. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Some of my, like, little pulses I'm missing, but whatever.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Finish strong? What's there even left to finish? A few pieces of metal here and there. Oh god. Alright. So how am I doing on my certs? Because I think the next cert, I did 2.6 mil on my next cert, and then I got a ton of tech points, as you can see up there, which gives me, let's see, let's get grapple strength and scanner range. No, no, I don't need system scanners yet. What could I use? Audio resynth is really cool, but there's a lot of visual cues that you can use instead. Grapple range. Yeah, I guess I'll go for fuel capacity, and then cutter cooldown. I got a lot of stuff, a lot of tech points in that round. Let's repair all this equipment and view my certs. So now it's just money. It's just the grind for money. So the best way to do this in IMO is to take a little bit easier, projects here. Make sure that the ship has nacelles, like a bunch of nacelles. Oh, and I crashed. But make sure the ship has a bunch of nacelles so that you can make money off the nacelles. You can make money off the thruster. You can make money off of the power cell and the reactor. And then basically just pull the ripcord. Maybe get the roof tiles and the floor tiles for the nanocarbon. And then just, you're done. Because that's the most bang for your buck speed-wise. And as mentioned, if I crash, you get Yoda. He's tethered as well. All right, there we go. Now you're untethered. Hey, buddy. You get a butt rub. Does it look like he's floating? Just omniscient floating Yoda? Alright, let me try to power through this cert now. Alright, so a ship, I don't need the hardest grade, I just need one that has a bunch of nacelles like this O'Hara X, O'Hara 10, whatever it's called. And let's do it. Oh no, well, I don't have fuel, but like, whatever. I'll buy some. Alright, airlocks on this side. These nacelles aren't even internally connected. They're externally connected, which is super easy.
Airlock pressure levels drop.
Come on, I cut that. Don't be ridiculous, I cut that. There we are. It's doing it again. No, it's not.
Salvage deposit accepted.
This one's just magically
Credit
floating.
transferred.
Hello? Go. Alright, so as you can see, the airlock, Air LK, as you can see, it's red, it's open.
Salvage secured. Account credit.
I'm not going to blow this one out for speed. It's actually not faster to just, like, dangerous deep compress everything. Because you'll end up in a scenario where, like, everything's sort of out of place in the way. Oh, I also forgot to show you the data drive analytics, but it's really not that fascinating. Alright, reactor door in the way. What I'm aiming to do is just pull the expensive parts out, get some tech points, and reset for the money. Now it may be one of these, like, I guess maybe in half an hour or so, if I haven't gotten up to the next class of ships, I'll have you all decide on whether I load up my other profile and show you some of the more advanced stuff, or if I work my way. Oh look, there's keys behind this wall. Well, I want them.
Warning.
Oops.
Fire damage. LYNX recommends maintaining a safe distance from flammable items.
Cool. Now, if you do set a fire, you can also blow up a coolant tank and put yourself out. I don't know where those keys... No, those keys floated over here. Come on, keys. There we are. All right, so here's the power cell. Let me cut that free. And let's blow out the floor here. Oops.
Salvage destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Yep, sorry. Alright, so I ruined this panel of its nanocarbon, so it's telling me just to salvage it. Because I cut wrong. Whatever. Don't be so fussy. So the power cell is attached to this section.
Credits deposited.
There it is. And then the last bit is just to grab the nanocarbon for the... I don't really care about the metal. There's more tech points in nanocarbon. And nanocarbon's a little bit faster. So let's rip off all the nanocarbon as fast as we can. Do I have a moderator here to poll whether I should load up the other save or try to race through the certs? I'm curious what the channel has to say on that matter. So I can try to speedrun this as well.
Caution. Tether
Leave it
supplies
up to
running
you
low.
guys. Yeah, technically. Well, if you wanna start a poll. If you didn't, it's all good.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Bunch of people saying race. I can get behind that. Alright, 4 tethers left. Structurally, this should separate. So what I'm doing is I have a temporary tether to pull it clear of the ship. Then I hit V to cancel the tether, so that I could drag this to the processing.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Hitting V cancels all your tethers. If you are creating a tether and you want to stop it, you can just hit V while you're making one, and it cancels the current one that you have queued.
Tethers depleted.
I think this should be enough nanocarbon to, and maybe even enough metal to finish off this. Hey, Glumbrain. Welcome, welcome. Go. Is this enough?
Valuable
Yep.
object processed.
Completed all of it.
Awarded.
With 9 minutes to spare.
Warning. No tethers remaining.
And that would be how to speedrun a ship. It is a lot of fun. It is, oh, not a whole lot of money earned, though. Well, I think it's mostly because of, I'm used to, like, harvesting a lot of nanocarbon. That's fine. Certs. So I need about 6 million more. Let's check out these upgrades. Heat capacity is a really good upgrade, especially for your Stinger. Let's do the Thunder Firefly. That sounds fitting. Yeah, I think I'm at cert 7 or 8 on my non-Twitch. Alright, so we got an airlock on the other side.
Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels increasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Alright, this one's very straightforward.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Now, I've been doing my reactors so quickly. Normally when you're doing your reactors, you get like special reactor music, which is more intense and scary. But when I race through the reactors like I am, the next class of ship reactors you can't race through without risking massive kabooms. So that will be a little bit more intense.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
You to you, you to you, you in there. Alright, let's get the nacelles now. Oh, maybe the power cell first, which is behind these seats.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Let's vote by showing of hands. Sure, I could also set up a poll too. But I think people want to see me rush through the struggle, right? Alright, so here's, for instance, a damaged seat that isn't worth anything because I cut through it. Haste makes waste. Alright, so the power cell's back here.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I think, right? It was here, right? Or was it the other side? No, it's there. Ooh, don't shock me. Uh-oh. Was that a... No. I missed. And it bounced. Somehow it didn't break. It was right here. There we go.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, let's do mechanical and electrical. So electrical's pretty straightforward. I can get 2 antenna. And then a few computers, and that will be done.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Not a whole lot of money in that. The nacelles are going to be good for mechanical. Just got to make sure not to hit the fuel tank while doing it. Which is right there. There's one. You out of the way. And
Salvage deposit accepted.
the
Credits
other.
transferred.
Alright, now I'm at 2 more electrical and soon to be 3 more mechanical. So let's go to the objects view. Electrical could be this Atmo
Account credit
regulator.
applied.
Done. Mechanical, this switch. And, uh-oh, I damaged that switch a lot. It might not count. No, it counted. I had a little bit HP left. And this switch Mechanical's done. Electrical needs one more. And then the rest is just nanocarbon. So electrical will take this computer. And now for the nanocarbon and metal.
Credits deposited.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
Shut up. My tethers are fine. Did I not separate that out? Yeah, it's cut. Yeah, it's moving. Okay, it's just heavy. Now let's go get oxygen and tethers. Jack's about the struggle. It's more of a grind than a struggle. I'm not struggling. It just takes a bit. So let's see, tethers, fuel, oxygen, done. I wonder if I have enough tethers to just drag the whole rest of it. I'm gonna try. I mean, it's pretty heavy. It would be wise to chop it up into, like, 2 pieces, but...
Credits deposited.
Because there's a lot of mass there. Yeah, time to upgrade tether strength. I think that's next cert level, though. I don't have access to that yet.
Tether supplies are low.
Alright, I'm gonna need to cut this out. Time to recklessly cut. I know there's fuel back there, but I don't really care.
Valuable oxygen output.
Ooh, I definitely ruptured the fuel. But we only have salvage metal as a thing left, which is really easy to do if I actually purposely blow things up, because I can just blast metal into the furnace like I just did.
Deposit accepted.
So, controlled demolition. I think there's a fuel tank here, right? Oh, it's complaining. Okay, so I just need a little bit more metal. Come on. Oops. Tethered it to itself.
Warning.
That should be enough.
Tethers depleted.
Can you grab it and then pull it yourself? Yes, but tethers are stronger by far over your grappling. So you could, it would just take you a year or longer. Okay, so 1.5 mil for that shift. That's not too bad. Good morning, Shipbreaker. I got a bunch more tech points. Let's see, tether lifetime will help a lot. And stinger range, why not? Certs, so I need about 5 more mil. Let's do the hard ship here. Is there any point to not cutting the outside frame? To get space and stuff out of your way? It's entirely up to you how you approach this. My approach is sort of like bang for your buck. I go for the stuff that's worth most first, and then work my way down, because it's efficient that way. Where's the airlock? It's over here. But it's up to you. If you want to make money quick, going after big ticket items like reactors,
Airlock pressure
nacelles,
levels dropping.
thrusters, and power cells is definitely the way to do it. You can even just ignore the rest. I tend to get some of the rest just because it's quick and easy. Whoa. Fuel tank right in my way. Alright, so this is one where I have to flush the thrusters with a utility key. So this is a little bit different. It is a little bit harder. Open, please? Okay, you're not going to open, that's fine. Alright, so let's do the
Airlock
flush.
pressure levels dropping.
So I use the utility key to flush the thrusters, which then, what that does is it removes the fuel line here. If I didn't use the utility key, that fuel line there would be full of fuel and would have combusted and exploded, probably triggering a meltdown of the reactor. You know, it would have chain exploded. But given that 50k utility key, you can just skip that bit. All right, so now let's release the thruster. At this point, because I'm just... Okay, so we already hit the key, so that's already released. My bottleneck is just money, so I'm going to just try to make money as fast as I can. Thruster caps do sell for a little bit. I wouldn't say they're big ticket items, but you get docked for destroying them, so it helps not to destroy them. Now, I do have work orders for a lot of other stuff I don't much care about, like fuel and coolant and stuff. If it's not part... You don't make a lot of money getting fuel and coolant, and if it's not part of the work order, who cares? So I'm just going to go for the quick money, which is the roof tiles, floor tiles, power cell, that kind of stuff.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I like how the snacks and the water bottles and stuff are all like garbage that you throw in you throw into the furnace. It's not even stuff you take to the barge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit
Spoiled food, I
transferred.
suspect. I'm just getting the hard cases out of the way. All right, so next big ticket item would be the power cell and the nacelles. Let me remove the floor, making it a little bit easier. These hard cases don't sell for much, but they're pretty quick to grab. All right, so the nacelles, the power cell is right here. Now you could, if you wanted to, use your stinger to melt the whole panel, but everything that you destroy, except for cut points, you are docked pay. So it's best if you cut like this, even if you don't intend to throw this panel into the salvage, you're not docked pay for it. Everything you leave behind, you're not penalized. Anything you straight up destroy, the game gets pissy at you and you pay for. So yeah, it's better to cut than to melt, is I guess the story. So here, as you see these lights are on, this means that this is carrying fuel. So I'm going to need to shut fuel off to these tubes so that I can remove the nacelles without a big old fire. So now I'm going to melt this here, and that allows me to grab these twin nacelles. Come on. It's a little bit heavier than before because they're twin nacelles, not individuals, so they weigh more. But they're worth more. And that's one twin nacelle. Just making sure I know what I'm cutting into. Now, if I didn't do that, it would be a big old fire, and you know, I'd potentially destroy more of the ship than I intended to. Come on, stupid panel, get out of there. All right, let's shut the fuel off here.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
How goes the rip and tear? Pretty good left, pretty good. Working my way through my certs. You can also just sloppily cut it like this. That's fine too. Come on, just a little love tap. If you push too hard, you could slam yourself back. If you grab onto a part of the frame, you can then push a little bit better without slamming yourself. There's the other twin nacelle. What's even left that's worth anything on this ship? Nothing, I don't think. Now, if I salvage fuel, as you can see, my that gives some tech points. Actually, the nanocarbon gives a bunch of tech points, but I'm really after the money. So, I don't even know if salvaging this fuel is worth it, because it's pretty dug in here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I think bang for my buck, I'm done. We're leaving a whole lot of this ship left here, but let me get a little bit of the nanocarbon, the easy nanocarbon.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to LYNX equipment.
The joke is I'm LYNX equipment. I don't see any oxygen bottles here, so I'm going to have to buy some before I suffocate. Yeah, the floor and ceiling are definitely going to be worth quick. And actually, at the end of this, what we'll do is we'll analyze the...
Welcome to Vintage 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
we can analyze... let me buy tethers. The breakdown,
Welcome to Vintage 9000.
so that we could sort of understand what is the bang for the buck. Now, if you stick a hand out when you're flying at something, it helps to cushion a little bit. It ain't perfect, but it will slow the collision and do less damage to you. Alright, so these are free. Whoa, maybe they're not. Nope, I see I missed it. And I've actually... oh, yeah, it's still salvage. Cool. Kind of cut that panel in half, which makes it worth less.
Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Shut up. My training's fine.
Credits deposited.
Alright. I also need to just get... oh, hey, it's an audio log, I think. Nope, just a data log. This time I'll remember to actually do the data log analysis. This work order calls for, like, 1 furniture. Alright, good enough.
Salvage secured.
Let's
Account
reset.
Credit applied.
Good. 1.5 mil? That's not terrible. For like 6 minutes of work or whatever. Alright, so here's comms and data. And you can recover sort of the black box logs that you get. So that's the machine god. We already listened to that. And a lot of them will just be like sort of journal entries. So here's a journal entry of Kim Rosemary, a ship hand. Or Ramondo Hubbs, a proud cook. Or me. Which I don't think is actually you, but someone that called themselves me. The cargo hatch did not make it, no. Alright. And that's that. Okay, so I need just a little bit more money made. I will just pick ships at random. It would help if I like analyzed what the ship had and what it was made out of. Cabin airlock is... where the hell's the airlock? Right here.
Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Oh, another one that has a bunch of fuel.
Air
There's a few
pressure
repair
levels
kits.
increasing.
And there's a utility key right up there. They're one of the more rare things that you can happen upon. Definitely keep an eye out for them. I don't need the utility key on this ship because it doesn't have the reactor panels, which makes this one considerably easier than the last one I did. I don't have to flush anything or whatever. I don't know about the nacelles, though.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Let's try to go fast.
Credits transferred.
Alright. Are these nacelles hooked up to the fuel lines? Nah, they are not. Yeah, this is a much easier ship. Worth a little bit less money, but it will be probably more money per minute. Get out of my way. Just because it's easier.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Dude, panel. Dude, get out of the way. Alright, there's the nacelles. Now for the panels power cell, which is here.
Salvage
Oops.
secured. Account credit
Glad I stopped
applied.
that. I was like melting the power cells panel. Alright, let's blow out the floor so I can actually deliver this thing. That was a bad misclick. Did some damage to the ship. But it didn't dock me. Alright, where's that power cell? I bumped it a little bit, but I'll get money for it.
Credits awarded.
Alright, now the rest of this stuff is just, we'll just get the easy panels. Come on. Where'd the fuel panel? Oh, there it is. Pull the fuel off. Or it will get sassy with me. Fuel can't be processed into a processor. It has to be processed in the barge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
If I cut there, it's gonna... Oh, it didn't hit the fuel cans. Good.
Caution. Tether supplies running low.
Object accepted for processing.
Alright.
Credits deposited.
That might be it. It's probably enough. I'm not going for work orders, as you could see. I'm just going for cert. I'm trying to make as much money as I can, as fast as I can, so I can get bigger, better ships. So that was about $1 million for just a few minutes. Got a whole lot of tech points though, which is cool. So let's see what I can unlock. Helmet. I don't find myself using the O2 recharge. The O2 recharge allows you to, in a pressurized environment, recover oxygen. But pretty much the first thing I do in every ship I go is depressurize it. So big whoop. All right, I need about 3 million more. Yeah, I've paid off 1% of my debt. How far into this game am I? What is my uptime? Like 2 hours? 2 hours in, I'd say. Thereabouts. But I'm still working. These are basically the starter ships, so I'm still working on the starter ships. So, although I'm about 2 hours in, I'm not... The technology that I've unlocked isn't that far from the start. This is still early gameplay.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Deimos, named after barely a moon.
Air pressure levels increasing.
We got keys. We got repair kits. Got this stupid hatch door that's in the way.
log pressure
We
levels
have a
dropping.
data log. Thank you for watching part 2 of the Hardspace Shipbreaker miniseries. If you got any feedback for me or questions about the game, drop me a line in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios.